Corremos peligro. ¿Cómo la controló?
Hi, nice to meet you. It's great to see you here.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
I'm Inés. I observe news about film in the Peruvian diary Peru 21. And we were excited to hear about this new movie, Baghead. Tell us more about it. What interests you about the project? Where did this idea come from?
Well, the idea was it started like a short movie with original idea from Lorcan Reilly, who is the writer of the short. And I always saw it like a path to create a feature movie because he had not only a really interesting theme like grief, which is something that always is interesting to me personally, but also had an iconic character, this witch that can really embody the people who have passed away and that other people come to see, visit and talk to. So it had all the elements that made me interested and where I could see this has the potential of being a feature movie, yeah.
Interesting. And Freya, what interests you about the project? What caught your attention about the story, the script?
I think initially I saw Studio Canal like in the email from my agent, and I thought they excited me. I'd done one film with them, but played a very small role, and I just liked working with them. So that, and then I was very intrigued by Iris and her story and her personal journey with grief, and we then had a Zoom call and chatted about all that stuff, and I thought Berlin as well. I just thought a great opportunity and you know, another great opportunity to learn,
Yeah.
you know.
This was inspired by a short. Did it take a lot of elements from the short, or did it expand or change a little bit the story? Of course, a short from a movie, the length is different, but
That's a very interesting question because we tried to keep many of the elements, like the main design of the witch was already there in the short. We had part of the story that we have in the short we took for Neil, the character of Neil, who comes to see the witch also in the feature movie. But the witch herself, she changed. She changed in the process of becoming something bigger because we decided it had to have more resonance and it would need to have more weight and also go more into the genre convention of what is having one of these characters in a feature movie, because the show had a different tone. It was almost like something that went into the comedy at some point during the story, and we don't have that in the feature. So it's based on the short. It keeps elements of the short, but it has changed, obviously.
There's the subject of grief in the movie and is explored in a very dark manner. Was that also in the short, or was it a new idea for the movie?
No, I think it was already in the short. For me, it was very interesting that people who go to talk to that witch, to that creature in the basement, normally you would think that they go to talk to the loved ones to have some kind of closure. But the characters that we have in the story can come with different motivations, and that is something that was really interesting to me, and that came also from the nature of the short, because in the short it was all about that, just confounding the expectations of the audience and what you are expecting the characters to do once they are in front of their loved ones.
What do you hope audiences will get from this?
Oof, what do we hope?
Well, we were saying well, I mean,
Yeah, you do.
well, I don't know. I mean, but we were just saying earlier that they can take what they will.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, you can say what you
No, but it's true. The story has different layers, and I think it's going to depend of who is watching the movie, which one of those layers talk to you directly. And I think, like in every movie, you will have a different takeaway to the other person sitting close to you, because that's how we watch movies. They talk differently to different people.
Well, final goodbye. Hello to our friends of Peru 21 to see this movie.
Nuestros amigos de Perú 21, por favor, venir a ver la película, que está muy bien y tiene una estrellaza como Freya.
Gracias.
Awesome. Great.